Hammers up, everyone. Tally here. Man, it's been a while, huh? This is our last video. I've been busy, man. You know, life stuff, world crazy, pandemics, and expansions upon classics of expansions of classics and stuff. But today's video, just to get right into it, I know I've been gone from the YouTube scene for a while, but we're back. How Shadowlands started and how it is going. You know, those little pictures they have on the internet, like, you know, this is how we started, this is how it is. And it's like, so Shadowlands, I think, when we were playing it in alpha and beta, was probably, I mean, I even said it, I was like, you know what, this is a 50-50 expansion. This could either work or it can fail. And that's like every expansion. But usually, you know, I'm Mr., how do we say, I'm Mr. Defender of Blizzard, Defender of WoW. I am top shill of the world. You know, I rival the other shills on the internet such as Taliesin and Evitel and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, okay, whatever. But I looked at Shadowlands and I looked at the philosophy and the ideologies that the developers have for the game. And I was like, all right, let's see how this goes. Alpha beta was pretty fun. We did raid testing. So it started. The expansion came out. And obviously, when any expansion comes out, man, it's like the honeymoon phase. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh my God, everyone's leveling, everyone's having a good time. You're doing the Sanctum, the campaign quests, and you every piece of loot you get from like a Mythic 0 is like an upgrade, and you're gearing like 5 to 6 characters because the leveling was so fast. And it's still extremely fast. Now the Threads of Fate system is even faster in Shadowlands. And you're just like, this is crazy. All my tanks are geared, ready to go. And then you start to remember conversations that Ian had, changes they made to the game in the beta and alpha. Like, you know, when they announced that Mythic Plus dungeons would only be dropping 2 pieces of loot at the end of a dungeon, and 1 if you deplete. And, you know, contrary to previous expansions, those 2 pieces of loot are going to be lesser item level than heroic rating, which was never the case in Legion and in BFA. And then they said, we're also going to decrease the drop rate of loot from raids. We're just like, okay, whatever. Loot is loot. Sure. All right. And then after like those first couple of weeks, man, that honeymoon phase fucking sunk to the ground. Let me tell you that their philosophy on loot completely just failed. 100%. I think I know it. You all know it. The whole, you know, oh, the fantasy. I want this to be a role-playing game again, an MMORPG. I want people to feel the excitement of getting that piece of loot after weeks of getting. No, the community just said, what the fuck is going on? Like, half the player base is stuck at like 200 item level. They can't even get to like 207. 210 is like a miracle if they can get there. You know what I'm saying? 213 is like, you better hope you got enough gold to pay a boosting service to get you there. Same thing with Mythic. And then out of all this, PvE is suffering. People are complaining and going nuts everywhere. The vocal minority talking about, oh, this feels great. I can't believe I haven't gotten a piece of fucking loot in like 3 weeks, and now I just got one. Woohoo! Everyone else is like, what the fuck? I haven't gotten a piece of loot in like a month. That's relevant. Even the weekly vault becomes kind of like less and less relevant as the weeks go on. So that's that's like the first thing that I want to talk about was definitely the loot. I understand, you know, Tire Forging and War Forging, right? Nobody really wanted that. Some people still kind of do. They look at it now and they're like, yeah. But, you know, people are like, oh, well, we asked for less loot. I'm like, we actually didn't. No one in the fucking world of Warcraft asked for less loot. What we asked for is no time forging, no war forging, and no crazy extreme slot machine RNG nonsense. But what do they do? Less loot in raids, less loot in Mythic Plus, less item level Mythic Plus, no fucking reroll token. They gutted us. And I think maybe Blizzard did this to us just to show us how much we maybe missed the previous style of gearing. I don't know. All right, so then we have that, and that's just the gear. Okay, that's just the one part of Shadowlands. That's just the gearing. So the gearing, obviously, over the course of a couple of months, they've added more loot. Like an extra piece to drop from like raiding. If you deplete a key in Mythic Plus, you also get an extra piece of loot, but it's lower item level. That's not bad. So they've done that. And then the Valor System came out, which, I mean, that's a whole nother video to talk about. Maybe other YouTubers have talked about it, but I don't like the Valor System. I think it's more of a catering to the already KSM, KSC population, while casual players are just like, it's just too tedious. I mean, the second they announced that previous gear cannot be upgraded with Valor due to some technical issue, just like it happened with Corruption, then 2 weeks later they fixed that. I was just like, this is going to be bad. And mind you, this is not just me, like, farting, nonsense out of my ass. This is what I've been looking at every day in my chat, on the forums, in the community, in general chat, in trade chats, even though you shouldn't even ever go to those chats because they're disgusting. But that's what I've been seeing. People just upset. I mean, that Super Data article showed it, how the honeymoon phase is over, revenue down like 61%. That's a lot. Player base down, 40-something% overall. It's like nasty out there right now. Not to mention, we just witnessed BlizzCon. Shadowlands is behind, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, Shadowlands is behind. 9.1, we might not see that till August. I asked someone over there, hey, how's, PTR looking for, 9.1? I got a shrug. How's June looking for 9.1 release? And literally was told June would be optimistic if 9.1 came out. So yeah, folks, buckle your seatbelts. We're in for a ride of Castle Nathria and Prideful for the next maybe 4 months, maybe 5. I don't know. Anyway, let's keep going. Now, Shadowlands, how it started, how's it going? Right? Let's talk about the Sanctum. So the Sanctum is, it's kind of cool. I'm not a fan of it. See, like, there's so much content in Shadowlands, but how much of it is tied to player power there's not much of that. You have your conduits and soul binds that you get obviously through content in the game. That's a pretty cool grind, but usually that one's pretty quick, pretty early, because people don't want to do the maw to get the extra conduits. Now they've actually added some of them into into Denathrius and a few other places in the raid. But yeah, the soul binds and conduits, I mean, they're pretty cool. The conduit energy, I've never had an issue, but I don't know. Like, I felt like in Legion and BFA, man, I did every world quest every day. Why? Because the more AP I collected, the more powerful my weapon became, the more powerful my neck became, the more stats I got. I would just do a little bit of extra damage. My essence has got a little stronger. Like, I felt like doing the content in the world mattered, even though it was a grind. And I love grinding. I hate raid logging, which is what I'm doing now. We just killed Mythic Denathrius a couple of days ago. Hammers up, shade on Illidan. What's up, Horde style, baby? Uptown, baby. But the Sanctum, man, all this anima collecting, it's like, I don't want to do it. And I'm telling you, since the beginning of the expansion, I have not farmed anima. I get anima just naturally from raiding, and I'll take that anima and I'll upgrade a few things. I'll get, like, maybe the transport network upgraded. The mission table, there's some cool rewards. Once you unlock runes, augment runes, mission table becomes pretty badass, because those augment runes are amazing for raids, and they sell for like 1,000 gold a piece on most servers, maybe more depending on what server you're on. But yeah, like, the Sanctum was a good idea, but I feel like because it's not really tied to the power that my player performs in raid, I'm just not a fan, man. Like, I mean, once again, don't forget, there are soul binds and conduits, and traits and all that shit, but that just comes naturally through doing the campaign. But I'm talking about the extras, like, those extra weekly things you can do for each covenant, like the Abomination building thing, the Trial of Ascension, the Ember Court. Oh my god, the Ember Court is so terrible. And the Night Phase Seed thing, I haven't done any of those. But if you're a fan of collecting transmog and a lot of mounts, then yeah, personally, I'm just gonna wait until they buff anima from all sources, and then probably farm a little bit just to get the mounts. And then what happened to World Quest 2.0? What happened? What is it? Is it just callings instead of emissaries? Like that, I remember I had an interview with Paul Cubitt. The video is here on my YouTube somewhere. Go search through the archives here, and we discussed it. Like, oh yeah, World Quest 2.0 coming, and I'm like, what is it? It's literally, if anything, the World Quests now in Shadowlands are way more tedious than they were before. Now, like, World Quests have like 19 steps to all of them, and it's ridiculous. You have to go through all these steps to finish one world quest to get like 35 anima or 70 anima, or to get like, you know, a shitty like 168, 158, whatever weapon. So I don't know what happened with world quests. I used to love farming world quests for just like, you know, AP and gold and mats and, you know, having the war mode on to get 10% of everything else. Now I just don't care because none of it's tied to my player power, which is a theme I'm telling you about. Torghast twisting corridors. What do we say about that, man? Their initial idea of Torghast was kind of like they wanted to be like an endless roguelike dungeon experience, and it just never became that. You know, I think Soul Ash grinding and, you know, doing the same corridors over and over again, and once you see all the floors and all the bosses, you kind of see it all. I mean, obviously putting Soul Ash in Torghast was definitely a way to force us in there to get our stuff, but I guess, I mean, personally for me, I'll be completely honest with all of you. I think because of Alpha and Beta, I spent over like 400 hours in Torghast farming those fucking long-ass 75-plus floors. I think I just got burned out. But now when twisting, those are the corridors, like the cell blocks. But when twisting corridors, excuse me, let's talk about TC in general. Wow, what an absolute fucking failure. We're talking 18 floors, right? 8 layers. Now, mind you, on my prop paladin, I soloed all of it in 24 hours. All the layers just to get the mount so I don't have to walk around the mall anymore. Because paladins are OP. And the last patch that came out, paladins got no anima changes in Torghast because they're just that powerful. But I couldn't fathom that after all those layers, all I got was a pet, a toy, a title, and the mount. The mount was important. But how the hell are you going to sit there and put out a floor, like I think it was floors 1, 3, 5, and 7, right? They don't drop anything. Nothing. You spend 2 hours in there, hour and a half to get 33 gold. That's outrageous. Do you realize that BFA Islands had way more goodies and way more shit that drops than Torghast and TC, everything all together? That's insane. At least Islands, as tedious as they were, they gave you AP, they gave you a shit ton of transmog, tons of mounts, gold, everything, you name it. Twisting corridors, you're like, what are we doing in here? At least now, I think Warcraft Logs just came out with something, right? I think Warcraft Logs came out with a thing where they now you can rank yourself if you in Torghast, how fast, how much damage, shit like that. I mean, I guess people were tired of waiting for Blizzard to make their own leaderboard, so yeah. So where is the shining light in Shadowlands? I'll tell you where it is. It's actually PvP. That's where it is. PvP is the dominant way of gearing in Shadowlands. I mean, you look at Limit, for instance. I remember Max from Limit, he was on the stream and he was talking about, like, if you look at our gear breakdown when we killed Denathrius and we were clearing bosses, it was literally in this order. It was PvP gear, BOEs, and then PvE gear. Because PvP got back the thing that they needed the most and what they wanted, which was simple. A vendor with conquests. You just buy your pieces of gear. And their system was very awesome. And it still is. Like, the higher rating you get in arenas, you can use just the normal honor, which I thought was crazy, that you could just take the normal honor you get from running just battlegrounds, and you can spam like arena skirmishes if you want for 80 honor all day, every day. And you take that honor and use it to upgrade your conquest gear from 200 to up to 233, really, for the weapons, right? And 226 for 2100. Now, personally, on Tally, because I've been rating on my Brewmaster, because Paladins and, you know, fucking Mythic don't really mix this tier. Excuse me, I got the sniffleniffles. I don't got syphilis, I got the sniffleniffles. The sniffles. So, the vendor, for me, for my Paladin, I got to 1800 with a couple of guildies. And that allows me to upgrade my conquest gear from 200 to 220. That's crazy, because 1800, I mean, I don't know if it's hard for a lot of people, but I just played Prot with like a proper OP spec, like a Boomkin and Frosty K. That's how I got there. We got there. And I was like, I can't believe that I did this arena rating, right, in about a week. Took me a week to do it. Not even. It was a couple days. It was within a reset. And boom, I was already buying fucking 200 conquest gear, spamming BGs, and just upgrading, you know, all that gear to 220, which is higher than heroic gear, right? So, I mean, if you could do a lick of PvP, and then eventually, I'll admit it, you know, people know it on my stream, I boosted. I paid 2.1 million gold to get boosted from 1800 to 2100 so that I can upgrade my gear to 226. Now I have like full 226 sinful gear. Shit ton of versatility. I feel good. And my paladins only killed 3 mythic raid bosses. Shriekwing, Huntsman, and Kael'thas, because we bring him in on mythic just to like spam heals with Holy Avenger, and that's you guys know the deal if you're a prop paladin. Yeah. And you know what? It was an amazing experience. People think that when you get boosted in arenas that you get carried. That is not the case. You are getting boosted. You have to know what you're doing. Like I was playing with a fire mage, and I had to listen to him, learn from him. We went through a lot of like, I mean, we got it in about 2 days, the 2100. But in those like 100 plus arena matches, like I had to learn like to time everything. And it kind of reminded me of like the days in Wrath when I was like 22, 2350 in arenas, and I had to like just kind of muscle memory how every class reacts to me and how I have to react to every class's spec. So it was great to like get back into that like crazy arena mentality, you know, going up against other gladiators and shit, and then winning, which was great. So I got that, but PvP just ended up being the shining light of Shadowlands, and that's why the PvEers got mad. They've quit already. The honeymoon's over, and now they came out with the Valor System. And with the Valor System, now they're trying to compare. They're trying to like equate the Valor System to the PvP system for PvEers. Right? Like you have to have this achievement to get your gear upgraded to 207, Keystone Conqueror for 213, and 220 is the cap in Valor for getting Keystone Master. I don't know, man. I know this has been kind of like a long video, a long rant, but it's just kind of how I feel, dude. You know? Like, that's how it is, man. How Shadowlands started, how's it going? Like, I mean, I hate to say it, but in BFA and Legion, at least, you know, Titan Forging, War Forging, all these different systems, all these grinds, they kept me playing every day. I mean, I log into my main characters every day, and they're, I mean, both my main tanks are 225 item level. They got nothing else to do. I mean, they can make gold, I guess. They can farm mounts, but I usually don't even farm mounts until way after an expansion is released because I'm always grinding. So I can tell you right now, if I were to score Shadowlands, I would score it under BFA. I would score it under Legion. Well, Legion is my 3rd favorite expansion ever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm being completely honest. I had a lot more fun grinding and a lot more shit to do on a daily basis in BFA and Legion than Shadowlands. Oh, and then there's the Maw. Can we talk about the Maw? What's happening there? I don't know. I guess because the Maw looks already like Torghast, it's kind of a bad deal. You know? It's just unfortunate that the Maw looks like Torghast. I didn't think it was going to be, I didn't think that was going to happen. And the Maw is just like, I don't know, Venari rep until you get your sockets and then just grind your conduits with the, I don't know. I mean, it's just, oh man, such a boring place to be. You know, and we were talking, and that in Alpha and Beta, we were not praising the Maw in Alpha and Beta. We were literally giving Blizzard feedback saying, hey, you need to add to this. And then they did add to it. They added like 3 dailies every day. 3 little blue exclamation marks for you to do your shit. But who knows, man? Maybe 9.1. But yeah, right now, man, I would give Shadowlands like a 4.5 out of 10. Easily. And, you know, like I said, I know it's been a while since I made a video, but these are my feelings on Shadowlands. And once again, when I think about how an expansion is going, I try not to be selfish. And I try to think about the everyday player and what they're probably going through. You know, like, how are they gearing with these weird systems and this lack of loot and all this other shit? You know, like, even the 1%, the Mythic Raiders, like, how are they hanging in? What are they doing? I guess they're just, you know, gearing their 15th ult to 224 item level. I don't know. But, you know, I mean, people are scared because I'm not having fun. And I don't even think it's an issue where, oh, man, you've just been playing this game so long that you're just tired of it. That's not the case. I want to play more, but I have nothing to do because what I like to do is I like my character to become more powerful every day, just by a little bit. If it can, I love it. But when I have to log in just on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday nights to raid, I mean, honestly, like I said, Mythic raiding is kind of like what's keeping me in World of Warcraft right now. I love Mythic raiding. I thought Castle Nathria, and we didn't really touch on Castle Nathria in this video. I thought Castle Nathria was a great tier. I mean, it broke a lot of guilds. I think Blizzard right now is kind of nickel and diming us. And I mean, as of this video, I think there's only been like 550 plus Mythic Denathrius kills, and that's kind of on par with how many like N'Zoth kills I think and Ashara kills were up at this time. But I mean, if we gotta do another 4 months of this raid, another 4 months of Prideful and Mythic Plus, I don't know, man. That's a lot. That's a lot of the same shit. And it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate we live in these times where we're in the middle of a pandemic and Blizzard just can't keep up, you know. And 9.1 is going to be so late. I mean, we're talking probably July or August. I think July would be like the earliest. August, hopefully, would be the latest. We're probably going to get Burning Crusade Classic before 9.1. That'll be my next video. Next video, we're going to talk about Burning Crusade because I think anyone who is a true fan of the Hammer Squad, true fan of Tally Gaming since 2010, even on YouTube or on Twitch, Justin TV, knows my passion for Burning Crusade. Yeah, so, yeah, incoming video next. Hashtag some fucking changes, boys. Let's fucking do it. But that's my thoughts on Shadowlands, how it started and how it's going. It started out great. That honeymoon was awesome. We were swimming in the jacuzzi, butt naked, balls all fucking flying everywhere. And now it's just like, what other game can I play today? Peace out. Don't forget, twitch.tv/Tally, twitter.com/TallyTheTank. I'll see you all in the next video.